Seeing how people have reacted to the Captain America movie has put something else in my mind again. The fans are helping Marvel ruin the MCU. Let me explain. Cue the intro.
Up in the sky, it's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's a geek.
The fan base is something I've talked about several times. I talked about them a lot. And one of the things we're having happen right now, and if you've been watching for the past, probably like since phase 2, you would see that this has started to happen. Apparently now, every single movie has to be as good as Endgame. Every movie, we have to rate it on this scale of, oh, we're so back, the MCU back. Or, oh, the MCU is in trouble. The MCU is this. I'm seeing a lot of people, and I've said this before, a lot of people have forgotten how many bad movies the MCU had in the Infinity Saga. It's like no one seems to care that Thor 1, Thor 2, and Thor 4 were bad, even though Thor 4 was in phase 4. No one seems to care that Iron Man 2 and 3 were bad. No one seems to care that Incredible Hulk movie, which technically was in the MCU at the time, was bad. You see where I'm going with this? It's all of a sudden now where the MCU can't have any misses. And I'm gonna get to the fan part in a minute. This is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because the MCU, Infinity War and Endgame, I've talked about this. Infinity War and Endgame had a lot of casuals. They jumped in right there. So they saw the monumental movies those two movies were. And they immediately assumed that every movie after had to be as good as those. And that was not the case. Before Infinity War and Endgame, the only really top tier movies you had that I can remember were up there: Winter Soldier, Civil War. There's probably some more I'm missing. But it wasn't that many that were on that level and that scale. Shoot, even the other Avengers movies. Some people got Avengers Age of Ultron in that bottom tier. And that's an Avengers movie. So what I'm saying is, it goes back to my favorite rule of expectations. Our expectation of Marvel has gotten so high to where we think a movie which really was decent. Captain America Brave New World wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't an amazing movie. It was good. It was a good movie. I felt good spending my money. Well, technically, my girlfriend got it for my birthday present. I felt good buying my popcorn, my drink, or whatever, my nacho fries, and my ticket, which my girlfriend got. I felt good of that money being spent watching that movie in the theater. And I knew it wasn't going to be as good as Endgame or Infinity War or Civil War or Winter Soldier. I knew it would probably be better than the first Captain America. That's how we gotta start looking at stuff. That's one instinct where the fans have kind of made it weird for Marvel. The fans say, Marvel, you can't miss at all. LeBron is the greatest player of all time, but LeBron has only won 4 finals. Sometimes you have misses. When the MCU was going up against a stacked fan base, just like LeBron went against a stacked Golden State Warriors team, misses happen because y'all can't be satisfied with anything. The fans, Marvel could put out anything and the fans won't be satisfied. And it's weird to me because I like Captain America Brave New World over Deadpool. I thought Sam as Captain America was cooler than Steve Rogers as Captain America. I thought he used his shield better than Steve Rogers did. I thought his fight scenes were cooler than Steve Rogers'. But the whole narrative has been, oh, the real budget is $190 million. Because they had these reshoots and reshoots. That's not the real budget. It's like people have been using everything to tear this movie down. That's the first part of the fans. The second part, the fans have handicapped the MCU. Because what is the most obvious plot point that the MCU could have expounded on in this movie? It's so obvious. And it's a point that I talked about in my video 2 years ago. I said, if Marvel doesn't hint on Captain America Sam Wilson being black, they have failed.
It does give his own story arc. The only arc that would be kind of appealing to a few audiences, not even many, because a lot of people don't like the politics, is the fact that you'll have a black man who will be kind of the leader or the main leader in this. That would be interesting, seeing as though, you know, there used to be a white man's role. You might get some racism. There's racism in Marvel Comics. There's a lot of stuff in Marvel Comics. See what they're gonna have with the adamantium crap. It's so much going on in this movie, and a lot of people, some people are going to complain just so they have something to complain about. Oh, this isn't Sam Wilson's movie. Well, buddy, you probably won't want it to be Sam Wilson's movie anyway.
And they didn't do that. We had no mention of Captain America being black. None. They took the realness out of it. Now, in Falcon Winter Soldier, we had a little piece of it at the end. They took it out because they knew all the woke mob, all the fans would say, oh, this is woke. So y'all handicapped Marvel for potentially having a movie that could have been on par with Civil War and Winter Soldier. It would have been a better plot point. Instead, we got a movie where the leader, you know, in my opinion, he was able to do what he wanted to do in the movie, but there were some plot holes in there. It wasn't as interesting as it could have been. That's one thing that Marvel could have done that could have had a little more intrigue. Let's focus on Sam as a character. Let's focus on him being black in a world that will probably want a black Captain America. Let's make it real. You wanna know how I know the world won't want a black Captain America? Because our current world didn't want a black Captain America. Before the movie, it was just completely, oh, he's not my real Captain America. He's not Steve Rogers. The fans are handicapping Marvel, the MCU. And they're handicapping because, let's talk about point 3. Let's talk about point 3. And it's gonna be a very quick video. It's my birthday today. Point 3 is this. The fans are so wishy-washy with the MCU now. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Secret Wars and Doomsday are finna be rushed movies. The plots are probably not gonna make sense. I hope they do. We are about to be introduced into Doctor Doom. Probably arguably one of the greatest, well, that's not arguably. He is one of the greatest comic book villains ever. And is gonna be shoehorned in as Robert Downey Jr. for no reason, might I add. And we're probably gonna see him in Fantastic Four this year. Keep in mind, Doomsday and Secret Wars, they're supposed to be coming out in a year and a half, 2 years from now. There's not enough time to build up Doom. But when Doom was casted, there wasn't much outrage. You know what I was hearing from everyone? Oh, it's Doom. He doesn't need a build up. It's Doom. He doesn't need this. But you know what I'm hearing now? A few months, almost a year removed from that announcement? Oh man, Phase 5 has no direction now. Phase 5 doesn't do this. Phase 5 would seem like it's all over the place. It's all over the place because of y'all. There were a couple people, it seems like it's more people like me who are saying, you know, we get Kang back. We should have never let go of Kang. This multiverse stuff has been a terrible thing. And the fans have helped it be terrible. Because Marvel is seeing the reception from all this. They're seeing, oh, the fans think that the MCU is bad now because RDJ is going as Iron Man. Oh, let's bring RDJ back as Doctor Doom. No, I'm not blaming the fans completely. Marvel needs someone out most of the blame, like 80% of it, because they still make the decisions at the end of the day. But it's enhanced by the fans. Now I got people like Cosmic Wonder. Cosmic Wonder was one of those people who was Doom's here. Now one of his videos, I'll see if I can find a clip. He was talking about some, oh man, we should have had Kang. You know, the multiverse is all over the place. Dr. Doom doesn't really have a build up.
And then after comes Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, in which we'll see the return of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom in the MCU. But with that comes a big problem, and that is the lack of a setup and a build-up of Dr. Doom. Thanos was built up in years over the Infinity Saga.
Now y'all are seeing it. This is the fans' fault. Stop enticing Marvel to do some of this stuff. For everyone, I also want to say this. For everyone, this is talking about Kang, who thought Kang couldn't be recast because Jonathan Majors was casted as all the Kangs. You're stupid. Just recast all of them. Act like it didn't happen. We did it with Rhodey. There wasn't no multiverse when Rhodey got recasted. Terrence Howard was playing Rhodey in Iron Man 1. And all of a sudden he looks darker with a peanut head. We don't need the multiverse to bring in and do all these conundrums. Alright, Marvel fans, can we get back to the point of knowing what to expect when we go into these movies? Let's not expect Civil War or Winter Soldier when we go into Brave New World, a movie that had a lot of issues plaguing it from the jump. We judge Marvel based off of Marvel, yes, but we can't act like the MCU is just made of 2, 3, 4 movies. The MCU is almost 40 movies in. I think it's like 35 or 36. They're almost 40 movies in at this point. Probably like a dozen Disney Plus shows in at this point. There's no reason to keep acting like there weren't misses before Infinity War and before Endgame. This is the last thing I'm gonna say before I close it out. I have been thinking too, because everyone trashed Phase 4. So far, has Phase 4 been better than Phase 5? I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on that in the comments below. I'm probably gonna make a video on that too. Actually, don't expect a video tomorrow. I have something that just came up. But I will be dropping Friday. So expect the video Friday. We're gonna be talking about Spider-Man because Spider-Man is probably one of the best shows, one of the best Spider-Man shows that they dropped ever. So expect a video about that if this show ends on the right foot. But that's all I got for y'all. If you love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, like the video on the road to 500 subscribers. I appreciate you like my content, share my content. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace.